Everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and happy Sunday, July 3rd of 2022. Here we go into the second half of this year. So I had this really great bit of epiphany this week about thinking about things a little bit differently. And it was sparked by this little video that my son Scott showed me. And I'm going to link it below this video where you can watch it too. It's only about 12 minutes. And the concept is this: what if what we're experiencing right now is actually the beginning of the explosion of beauty, wellness, compassion, grace, love, health, all of this for humans rather than the end? This is such a beautiful perspective. So I sat the other night and I wrote down all of these questions. So what if this, where we are right now, were the beginning rather than the end? So here's a question to ask yourself. If that is true, or that is your perspective shifts to that, what changes? What would be your shift in the way that you think about things? What would your lens of the world change? Would your perspective of the world change? So what changes for you, and how would you walk through life differently? Do you wonder sometimes what the possibilities are if this were simply the beginning? And by that I mean is, of all the humans that are going to be born in the future, that is such a huge thing to contemplate. Where we are right now does seem pivotal, and I believe that it is a pivotal time. So if you look at this as the beginning rather than the end of our species, this changes the possibilities, not just for the future humans, but for you and where you are right now in this pivotal time for human history. So if that were true, what would you do differently? How would you react to others right now? I mean, that to me, that statement right now is so mind-blowing, because maybe we react out of the things that we don't know for certain are happening in the future, and we react to others based on our uncertainty and maybe our fear and all of these things that make us human, and our emotions and all of these things that are happening. Um, there's this fear base, there's this uncertainty, because human beings, they want to know. We want to know what's going to happen. Well, we can't know for sure. And I think if we have a broader perspective of where we actually sit in the span of humanity, for however long we last, hopefully that's a trillion years, and we look at it that way, we do sit at a pretty pivotal place. So how would you react differently to others? Who would you allow into your sphere, your awareness, and your circle? Like, I personally want to be surrounded by people who stimulate good conversation, who help me be forward thinking, who help me have hope and joy and love for the future, because it raises my own vibration. So if you think we are at the beginning of humanity, who are you going to allow into your circle, your sphere, so that you can be and put forth the best human that you can be? So do you have the ability to zoom out and look at the bigger picture of all of this? I mean, that's a big question right there. So, a few months ago, I described this little meditation that I do, and I still do this on a regular basis because it's so powerful. If I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the denseness of things that are happening, or just simply being a human being can have its dense moments with the stress and the jobs and the bills and all the things that we deal with as humans. So sometimes what I will do, and I actually do this probably at least once a week, I'll go into my yard. I have some beautiful spaces where I can just sit outside, and I will literally envision myself zooming up above my house, zooming up above my neighborhood, up above my city, up above my state, up above the country that I live in, up above the planet. And I will literally zoom myself out energetically, and I will envision a different planet. And I can see things from a different perspective, even when I just go up a couple of layers, even when I go up above my neighborhood. Even that is it's very, very freeing and empowering. So do you have the ability to zoom out and look at the bigger picture? This is going to take you disconnecting from everything, going into a quiet space, hopefully someplace in nature where you can connect with the air, the sounds, um, the being out in Mother Nature and our connectedness to the earth. So ask yourself, what feels true for me in this moment? Any moment you find yourself in. And what feels true for me in any situation I'm in, whether I put myself there or I find myself there. What feels true for me? We need to be willing to ask ourselves these questions. We've been trying to answer these questions for millennia. It's almost comical. It's so simple. Like I've been saying this forever, that health is simple. I mean, there are complications to being humans, but you know what, for the most part, it's because we put those complications there. We make them complicated. They become part of our rhythm and our habit and who defines us. We let these different things that happen to us define who we are. We might let a certain health situation define us, because who would we be without that? Who would we be if we had vibrant health? What if we could get up and do something really productive and really amazing for someone else or for humankind? What if we were, that can be a little bit scary, and it might be a lot of work, and we might be feeling a little bit lazy, and maybe we don't want to do that. Do we have the ability to let these old constructs go? That's a big question right there. So ask yourself, what is it that you really need? What do you really want? What do you desire? And start giving yourself some answers. Ask yourself this, is it really that complicated? No, it's really simple. What is your purpose? What is it that you love? What's your passion? What makes you happy? It does not have to be that hard, right? And again, what are the constructs that hold you back and keep you stuck? What are these old paradigms that you're hanging on to because maybe you don't see? Time to zoom out, right? Look at the bigger picture. Are you willing to get uncomfortable and really let go? If not, why? Ask yourself, what are your whys? Grab a journal. This is the book that I was journaling in. I mean, look at this. I was writing all of these things down the other night. I was just, this video that I saw from my son Scott sparked this great conversation. And then I went home and I had this moment. My husband was out having, a boys' night, and I had this evening to myself. And I just pulled open my journal. I sat outside. I didn't have any technology with me. I'm telling you, this is powerful stuff, you guys. If you are willing to really put yourself in a situation where you do not have anything distracting you, there can be these huge epiphanies and downloads can come to you. And all these questions, my brain was just thinking, what are these things that hold us back? It's really simple. It's not complicated. So ask yourself why. The big answer right now for me and the things that I do is nature and meditation. These are my two biggest things. And to disconnect. Your physical body is miraculous and a healing machine. We need to remember that, especially with all of these things we've gone through. We need to be willing to let go. Do not let anyone tell you differently. Don't let anyone tell you differently. You are designed for wellness. You are designed for happiness. And it's simple. It might be hard to do, especially in the beginning, but it doesn't mean it's not simple. It's not a big, complicated list of instructions that you have to follow. It's simple. And I think that probably is the main message, is that health is simple, happiness is simple, finding our purpose is simple. Be willing to zoom out, look at the bigger picture, and be willing to think about the perspective is that we are at the beginning of the brilliance of humanity. Like, I love this concept so much. So I hope this sparks something in you, maybe something that can maybe tip you in to a whole different way to look at everything. everything that's happening in the world and what you can do to play your part in all of it. So I hope you have the most brilliant July 3rd. If you're in the United States, tomorrow is the 4th of July. I hope you have a brilliant, beautiful time with your family, with your friends, that you celebrate the sheer act of being a human at this beautiful time in human history. So if you like this video, you like this channel, subscribe, give this a thumbs up, share with anyone you think might benefit, and I hope you have the most beautiful, beautiful, brilliant day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.